we are live technically. So I'm tweeting. And then I'm just gonna post it in Discord, and in a few minutes we're gonna have people join. And we can start doing business. Alright. I've tweeted it. I have posted it on Discord. Let's see. Just a few minutes more. I have to start the live, so like when people join, see that there is something instead of me just telling them, hey, join, and then the live is still not on. Because then people just quit. So at least they can hear us talking about nonsense for a couple of minutes. But yeah,
I haven't even looked at the pairings this week.
it's okay. We can look at them live.
Let me see.
Are you playing this week?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Okay.
I am.
Well, that's your fault then.
Do you know who you're
No,
playing?
I mean, I know our pairings, just not from the other teams.
Okay, well,
That's
that's a
what I
start.
meant.
Yeah, this is
Go
crazy.
for
We're already in week
it.
8.
Yeah, it
Are
is
you
crazy.
are you playing Geo? Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I'm
He's
playing.
playing versus Ig. Oh, that's gonna be so fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to. Oh,
All right. Let me just wait one more minute, then we're gonna start with the actual talk. So, like for the few people that are watching us, we're just gonna wait for some more people to show up, and then we're gonna start with the actual NPA talk. So don't leave yet.
look who it is.
That was all me, by the way, for sure. 100% me.
Okay.
All me.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Definitely.
I don't know, Cat is going a bit crazy. That might be on you.
I take no responsibility.
Okay, yeah. I think we can start.
Sounds good to me.
So, hello everybody. This is NPA Talk number 6. We are joined, well, I am joined by Sven,
Greetings.
Tamtam, or Tamtam, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. Let's go with Tamtam. Also,
Tamtam.
hello.
Okay. And PolarBear once again.
Good afternoon, good evening.
And we're talking about, well, week 7 and week 8 mainly. I think we can also like talk a bit about week 6 because I couldn't like make the podcast last time, but
Nick.
yeah.
We could. I think there's stuff to say about week 6.
Is there anything you want to talk about, week 6? Like anything in particular you want to talk about?
Yeah, the Blizzards. The Blizzards took their first L.
Yeah, the bliss.
You mean week 7?
No, week 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Blizzard took their first loss in week 6 to Crown.
Yes. I
So
remember watching, no, not watching, listening, I guess I should say, to the other podcast, and like everyone predicted the Blizzards to win, right? And
And
I
then
was
Utrecht
like,
was the thing.
yeah, I was like, I think this is actually our toughest week yet by far. Like, that is the one week where I did not feel that confident. So,
I don't think I've even like watched almost any of these matches. Like normally I'll watch them all, but I was just in Utrecht all weekend, so.
yeah,
yeah.
about that, you both were in Utrecht. Now,
Mm-hmm.
this is not like looking for Jones, but how much do you think, how much of an impact do you think Utrecht had on your performance that week? Like, I think you weren't the only two people there, right?
We had a
No,
lot of people in
from our team
Utrecht.
we had a lot of people. Finabas was there, Pastor was there,
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
was there. Of course Nicole was there, and I think that's it. But we also had some other people who were just a lot like were unavailable,
Yes,
I
and
believe.
I think it was kind of comical. I think like our team has the full 15 people, but for that particular week, when we asked for availability, I think we got like 7 available people. So,
Yeah.
I
so
see.
it
I
was
am not
rough.
wanted here again by Brett and Beth, obviously.
Sorry, it's fine.
Now there are people in chat that are saying not very nice things about poor Sven.
It's all good. It's all good.
But do you like it had some kind of impact? Of course, you mentioned that you didn't have um, enough players. So I mean, I think you wish you had the full rosters. So, but still, do you
Hmm.
think like how big do you think the impact was?
I think the impact was a lot because we also had like way less practice we could do than normally.
Yeah. I think practice was maybe the big thing here because like obviously the players we fielded were still like strong players, to be sure. But like there were not as many practice partners available, and I think that matters a lot.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm. But it doesn't. I don't think it has like impacted us for like the week after, like week 7. We were just fine because we knew like the situation around it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
okay. So just as more recap, yeah, Blazers lost their first week to Crown. Then we also had Stars beating United, Detectives losing to Puppies, and Samurais beating Monarchs. Now this was somewhat weird because we had
Hmm.
like it was like first versus last place, or I think Monarchs were either last or second to last, and yet Samurais won barely, just 5-3, and most importantly, Hooper Metapod, which was Monarch's best player, lost. So Samurais had to like Monarchs won 3 weeks without their best player winning. That was like a
To
little
be
bit.
fair, he did play Maluka.
It was maybe a little bit too close for comfort for Samurais, but they still managed to like get the win.
I am curious about how samurais are feeling. My guess is that like they are chilling. Like even if like a 5-3 win is I think still a solid win. I feel personally that like 6-2 wins are comparatively rare and then like 7-1s and 8-0s are super rare, right?
I
So
don't think we have had an 8-0 yet, right?
those
No,
are really, really rare.
no, I don't think we have.
We almost had it in week 1 with Samurais versus Puppies,
Oh yeah, it
where
was
it
Oh,
like
was
seven
7-1.
oh.
we were
No, no, mine was
our
6-0.
Oh, yeah, and then
my
Geo
team was
clutched the one win.
down 0-6 in week 2.
Yeah, and then Geo won.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We had another match after me.
Yeah, but you won the 7th match, so you didn't you
I
had an
mean, we did lose
opportunity.
the last match, but
Yeah, we did
we
lose,
had the
so
other match. If I lost,
yeah.
maybe my teammate clutches up.
There was also Samurais United, which ended up 7-1,
Hmm. Yeah,
and a couple 6-2s over like here and there.
I
But yeah,
think we had a 6-2 at some point, or only
Yeah,
5-3s, I
you.
don't know.
we got 6-2 by Crown.
Oh yeah.
Um
And
Didn't we
but
also have a 6-2
yeah,
win
you six to
ourselves?
you 6 to Symbionts in week 2.
Ah, yeah.
hmm, Yeah, but like typically wins are 5-3s though, so I think like I doubt Samurais were all that worried. And
Yeah.
it's not like Monarchs lack good players, because they don't.
No, of course, like we saw many people thought that Monarchs had like a really strong roster, and now it didn't really work out too well. But like it's the fact that they are not doing too well doesn't mean that they are bad. It's still like they're still strong opponents.
Hmm.
Yeah, so
Okay,
like, sorry, wanted to
what
say something?
I just wanted to like maybe we should talk at least a little bit about the other matchups from week 6.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Puppies versus Detectives was a matchup, like it was 5-3 in favor of Puppies, and both teams were struggling to like get close to the playoff race, and Puppies managed to clutch it. So that was very important for Puppies. Now, if we look, we're gonna like talk about the playoff race more um, towards the end, or maybe just later. But now
The
we see
play
Puppies are in fifth place, and that's also because of the wins against Detective, which allowed them to like take over Detectives. Um, I don't remember much these matches because like I was also in Utrecht, so I couldn't really um, watch many of them. I was just reading the results as they were um, happening. Do you have like any match that was particularly good or something?
I don't think me or Nico have both watched any of these matches. Maybe Gio has.
Yeah, I haven't seen much.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay,
Normally
okay.
I watch like
I've seen a few, but nothing too notable. It was just kind of like public teams and then players not knowing their matchup into opposing teams.
I mean,
And
Novak's team
then
looks interesting, I have to say. Is that one public?
What?
no, that one's not. I have no idea what's going on there.
Okay,
That's
it looks like
yeah,
he
I
built it
couldn't
for
tell
that
you.
week, which is neat. I like to see that sort of thing.
Well, I'm assuming it started with Alberto's team, and then he threw on a Gardevoir because Ashton and Victor Medina were using it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Gyarados just kind of found its way on there.
yeah, and now Gyarados is actually being used a lot in Regulation C.
Yes.
Well, because it's not getting freeze dried for 300%.
It's also immune to Fissure.
and you're immune
That
to
kind of
Fissure.
helps. Yeah.
I will say though, like Puppies is a team that a lot of people expected to be a powerhouse from the start.
Yes.
Um, and
But
like
now,
they've been struggling a bit, but like obviously this was still a great win for them. So
Yeah, I mean they also
yeah,
have like two regional champions. I don't think any other team has it. No. Yeah,
like in
that
the season,
no, I mean
or
yeah, they have like two regional champions from this season in Aurora Rayquaza and Azazel.
that's true. That's true.
So like they're definitely good players. Like
yeah,
they're players
definitely.
that are also doing well at IRL tournaments. I
Okay.
guess we get like detectives also have Iceberg and Yoshi as regional champions, but one is a manager, so that doesn't really. It still counts. Still like valuable practice. Then we have Geo Star versus United. How was the week for you?
Kind of stressful because I think we were down 1-3 at some point,
Oh,
and then we got
Oh
it to
yeah.
4-3, and it was like, okay, we're up. We just need Certain Light to win the last one, and Certain Light played in Utrecht as well,
Oh,
so
actually, I
couldn't
think this
play
is
on Saturday or Sunday. So Sam had to play Monday, and we were like, we're all open to help you if you need anything. Like, this is the last match, so like, if you need anything, just let us know. And of course, he was pretty burnt out from the tournament, and even like after like working for like 8-9 hours on Monday, comes home and is like, yeah, we're gonna be playing. And so, from what my team had assumed, what Pengy brought was meant to sort of pseudo counter team what Sam brought to Utrecht, which was very good. Um, I remember game one ended with Armourouge versus Cerelige, and the Armourouge ended up being Terra Dark, so it just walled the Shadow Sneak, and they can't Armor Cannon or Bitterblade each other because of Flash Fire. So Expanding Force eventually got there. Um, it was a very long drawn out set.
But
I mean,
eventually,
even with time around, I think it was it was interesting.
yeah, but eventually you got the win. Now, United, with that loss and what happened also in week 7, are out of playoffs. Now it sucks because now we have teams that are out of playoffs, but Stars
Mm-hmm.
are not yet. So that win from Certain Light was important to like keep the dream alive.
Aren't
It's
they?
it's not yet. It's really hard for them to get in, but there's still a chance.
Mm.
Yeah, Sven, you better watch out.
Oh yeah, I see. Because you can get a 22, and if everyone loses, then
Yeah, there's like a
you can still
combination of
make
which
Yeah,
stars.
pressure's
Yeah.
on you.
Is there anything that can be done, like other than the relegation system, to make teams that like can't make playoffs anymore try harder?
Uh,
Not really, just win more.
Yeah, get playoffs or relegate.
No,
Yeah.
I think surely there's like improvements that can be made to the system. I'm just
I
curious
I
if
just don't
anybody
know
has
what I just
ideas.
don't know what consolation prize you could have for someone. Like it just
It
seems kind of
doesn't have to
irrational to me.
be a prize per se. It could be like maybe like something that carries over to the next season or some sort of thing like that. I don't know.
uh,
Like all the people who aren't in playoffs, they play a 2 week tournament, and then the winner of that gets the first overall pick, like overall nom for next season. I guess
Something
do
like
you
that
could
could
be
be
a
fun.
thing.
do you
Like that
want?
could be a thing, but I think that's also irrational because then players are playing for a team that they might not even get picked up next season by. And it's
Yeah,
like,
that's
why
the
would I
big
do that?
issue.
Hmm.
Yeah, and yeah, that's like kind of saying, let's say the team who wins, then it's kind of unfair because they won the league, and then some other team gets a first pick for next season because they didn't make playoffs, which is also kind of weird to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think there could
Well,
that
I think it's kind of fair.
we could have a system of like rewards over the years, but there's probably something that can be done. It just has never been done, and also like nobody ever thought about it, so we don't have it at the moment. Also,
Yeah,
like,
but it would be cool to think about it, right?
yeah, but like also I really don't want to do it for this year because like
Not
we
for this year,
yeah
but
like
for the
we had to
next,
start for
probably.
next year, which would like have some implication for the year even after. So yeah, something maybe we can think about something for next year.
I also don't know how interested players would be in playing after they've already been
Yeah,
knocked out
that's
of
the big issue.
contention. So
Mm.
if it's requiring players to play more games, I don't know um, how much effort would be put forth and how much these players would care. I would still play nonetheless, personally, but I
Yeah,
can't
it just
speak for
depends.
everybody.
Yeah, it just depends per player.
Yeah, I mean some players just want like tournament practice. So they're like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna play. Doesn't matter if you're out or if you're winning, I'm still gonna play and try to win because that's practice. Other players are like more invested in the team, in helping their teammates, and actually care about the tournament. So they would like maybe, from my point of view, lose motivation because hey, the team is out. What am I even playing for? It depends from person to person, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, there's also something to be said to playing for like personal glory, because like some players on eliminated teams still try really hard, maybe because they're aiming for that like MVP status, things
Yeah,
like that.
maybe. There's definitely an argument for like personal glory. As again, it depends from person to person. Like someone plays for personal glory, someone just doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Now, week 7. Do you want to start from like one of your matches, or do we want to start from the others?
We can just go down like the way it is
Okay.
on the list. I'm fine with that.
So we had Symbionts versus Stars. That was.
Take it away, Chio.
What's up?
Take it away.
Oh yeah. I think we got it handed to us this week, undoubtedly. Ben Fox had a nice win. He and I actually played at the same time, and I saw his name pop up in my games very, very early on. And I was like, wait, he's already done? Okay. So I assumed he won, which was the case, because he's just that good. Atmosphere also had a good win. But I think the rest of us just didn't play the level that we should have. For me, I thought my preparation was good. I was just not prepared for some small aspects of the matchup that completely flipped it. And it's just how it is sometimes. This was actually like the first week where I actually decided on a team more than an hour out from the set.
No,
I think
that's
that
impossible.
I think every set this season I've decided on a team between 30 minutes before the set or 10 minutes before the set.
I guess
No.
that's your
And-
win con.
And against GSOC, I was still making spreads when he messaged me.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Maybe you should go back to that, because
I
the
think
one
I
time,
should.
the one
I
time you
think
decide
that's
in
the I think
advance
that's the
is-
hint.
Just
Yeah, I
completely.
also like probably should have just played something that I more often play,
Okay.
like team composition wise. Not like individual Pokemon, because I think I can play a lot of. I think I'm comfortable with a lot of just Pokemon out there. Like
Etar
if
like
it does
well.
damage or if it brings some utility, sure I'll use it. Doesn't really matter. It's a Pokemon. But the style is something that maybe I should be considering more.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest, like as a manager, having a player decide in a team, like as their set is starting, would just drive me crazy.
No, Keen understands this.
Yeah,
We've
I'm
been
sure
over
he
this.
I'm sure he understands it. I'm just
Honestly,
saying that like if I had a player like this, I would be like, oh no.
I would be perma-benched if I tried that.
I think it's
No,
also
no,
like
I still practice. I don't ladder at all though. I haven't touched ladder since Orlando,
I think
but
the
I still
issue, or
practice.
like the big
That's
thing
fair.
is, do you win after like picking the team 10 minutes before the game? Because hey, if you pick a team 10 minutes before the game and you keep winning, I'm fine with that. Keep doing it. If you start losing a lot, which you haven't this week, like this year, clearly.
Well, so for week one, I played like 5 practice ladder games. For now, that was actually some ladder I played after Orlando. But after that, I was just like, hey, I'll play like 30 minutes of practice sets or an hour of practice sets at most. For GSOC, I was playing with a different team. I wanted to use a different team, and then Jamie Keane, who I was playing games with, sent over the pace and he's like, hey, you want to use this instead? Basically hinting at what I was using was trash, which it was. It was complete trash. I'm so glad I didn't use it, and I kind of got bailed out there. I was going to ask for something else, but I was already like so deep into using another team that, yeah, that was awkward. The one against Bingji, I had theoried out a good amount, but I didn't really finalize until like 30 minutes out. But yeah, that was the deal with this week at least. I mean, I also didn't play very well. Like I considered all the options for plays that went in the way of genius, and I didn't call them correctly. I definitely respected it, but it's just like I got outplayed.
Yeah, he also played well. Like I watched that match. I think he played well.
For
But
sure.
I have to mention, I'm gonna briefly ignore the elephant in the room and first mention the fact that wow, Symbionts brought Amoonguss to every single game.
Yes.
They had zero interest in Wo-Chen.
Oriole had the craziest win, by the way.
Yeah. So I was gonna briefly mention that is the coin flipped match.
Oh, that's what he tweeted about. I just played something about his NPA set. He posted it on Twitter, I think.
This is
I
no
just
Yeah.
shade at
haven't heard
Cortex, by the
it.
way. If anyone wants to misinterpret it, I'm not disrespecting Cortex at all. He did a good job flying in Charlotte this weekend. And congratulations on his top 16. Missed a 97% accurate sleep pattern to a miscut, which is
Wait,
unfortunate.
wasn't it? It wasn't
Oh,
Frengard?
yeah, I saw that.
I
What's
I
up?
I thought the villain was Frengard.
No, I thought it was Compound Eyes.
Oh,
Wait, really?
Hold
if it
on.
was
Let
Compound Eyes,
me.
then the miss really sucks.
Am I? Yeah, it's Compound Eyes.
Oh, that
Yeah.
Poor guy.
it
Oh yeah,
sucks
I
even
saw
more
that.
less.
Yeah.
I also don't know if it's 97% exactly. I usually only know
I
math
think it is. I think it
math,
is
but
97.5, if I'm
Yeah, it's
correct.
probably 97.5.
isn't it round down?
No, it
It's,
doesn't.
it's
Well, it
somewhere like
rounds
that.
down to like 1 over 4096, so it basically just doesn't round down.
Yeah, that was what happened there.
Okay, then next match. It was, Samurais not winning for the second time this year, but still they got a tie.
This was a close week. I watched the matches a lot. Could have gone either way.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there was like a lot of like important matches. I think the last one was uh Pontus versus
Pontus,
Kuro.
yeah, Pontus versus
Yeah,
Kuro, yeah.
and that
And
was like,
Pontus won, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Pontus won.
I watched that match like while waiting for my bus that eventually did not come. So I had like a way to spend the time, and it was actually a really interesting match because I was with friends like studying that matchup, the Fluttermane Chiyu into the team comp of Tinglu, Amungus, Fluttermane, Arcanine, and usually we couldn't find a solid way for that team comp to win, but Pontus did. So that was interesting, like to see another approach that we hadn't.
Wait. So wait, you're saying that Chiyu would like normally be strong into Tinglu?
I think the combination of Chiyu plus Fluttermane plus Gyarados with the right set, which implies not speed boosting photosynthesis, sorry, booster energy, um,
Ah,
Fluttermane, which Kuro has actually a really good matchup.
okay.
If you are not Terra Water Chiyu, which we weren't.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like maybe from the perspective of because I think Bandfox is running something like that. Like the
Mm-hmm.
speed boosting Fluttermane and Chiyu and
No, he is. Is he
Gyarados.
speed boosting Fluttermane?
Yeah, I think so.
It's bad. I think
I
it's
don't know.
I think speed boosting Fluttermane is really bad right now.
I know his pace, but I'll not reveal which one. You can find it for yourselves if you want to.
Yeah, I think it's you either go Sash. Like if you boost your energy, speed boosting, I think there's something wrong with your team. But I'm
Wow.
I'm
Harsh.
also
Whoa,
washed up,
the
so
disrespect.
I'm really washed up, so my opinion doesn't really matter too much.
I personally prefer special attack,
Same.
but there's probably some reason for the plus speed thing. Like I've
Who
seen
doesn't
really
like it
good
when the
players
Fluttermane
use it.
takes a heavy slam, you know?
Hey, you
Hey,
can.
special
That's my
attack
thought.
boosting can do that too.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can just take a Tinglu Heavy Slam.
Yeah, if you're
Just
bulky,
straight
you
up.
can.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, of course.
it's amazing.
But as for this matchup more generally, this is the second time Samurais have not won, right?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
This is their second tie.
but
Their first was against us,
Blizzards,
Blizzards.
yes.
Yeah. And I feel like I see like I look at this and I feel like that makes sense, I guess. Because basically if we look at the standings, Samurais, Cruisers, and Blizzards are currently the top teams, so it would make sense that like these matchups would be close.
Yeah. I mean, so far Samurai's run has been beat everyone and then tie with second and third place team. which is
Yeah.
pretty much what you would expect from like a top team.
We did the same, and then the Crown came and said, "Not anymore."
We have an excuse, okay?
Yeah. Then we had, Monarchs getting their first win against Crown. So like Crown went
Yay.
from beating the second place team to losing to the second to last place team, which is like honestly not that surprising seeing their roster. Like I think with their roster, every week is a hit or miss because they are players that are not like since most of them are from China, they are really not playing the same format as we are. Not format, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
the same meta game. Like,
Meta.
yeah, they probably have like somewhat different meta, and I could very well see this meta like one week being really good into ours, and then the next one being really bad, or vice
Mm-hmm.
versa.
I do also want to say, I believe Monarch started this week 1-3 and then turned that around into a win. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Also, for the record, Yihui versus Bravarius was an activity win because Bravarius couldn't play and Monarchs didn't have any other like player available, so they just had
Okay.
to give the win. And what happened was that they still won the week after basically giving away a free win.
Yeah, again, that's pretty cool.
So
Looking at the teams, though, I noticed that both teams seem to like kind of favor Tianpao. Maybe especially Crown. They brought it 4 times.
yeah,
When I
they
feel like most
Also, a lot of
Western.
dozo, 3 dozos.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like that's not as common in the West right now.
yeah, but Dota also went 2-1, so, like in their matches, it won 2.
Like personally, I feel a little apprehensive about Doza in Regulation C, which for me is because I think Wochen hardwalls it, kinda, especially if it's the Ruination Lead Seed set. Just like, what is
Yeah,
Doza gonna do?
it not
That
But
is
only
why
Dondozo
you.
deserves
say what?
it deserves this.
Okay,
It's
No,
had series
that's
1, series 2. It deserves its time to be on the back burner.
that is why I am running Fisher on dozo
I mean,
with Lepa Mary.
I agree it deserves it. But like you can still build around it. You can build like a really anti Wochen team and
Honestly, if
just
you have
throw
like
Doza on it.
a weird order up subset, you can win versus Wochan.
That's
yeah,
also true. I'm
Well, I mean, we
I'm
might see
thinking body.
Terraflying Terrablast too
We can see that again
come
to
back.
avoid
Yeah.
Fisher. Yeah, it was our briefly in like series 1 at some point,
yeah.
and
I
I
think
found it very annoying.
one of the biggest reasons for which like Woshen is good into Dondozo, it's not only that it walls Dondozo, but it also allows the partner to wall Dondozo. Like when Woshen is on the field, your partner is also taking reduced damage from Dondozo. So something like Palafin or Ting Lu can take reduced damage and can still be good into Dondozo. So as long as you have Woshen plus something bulky, or at least somewhat bulky, you have a decent Dondozo matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then like on top of that, Wochen can cut Dozo's HP in half, and it can restore HP to the partner. Like it's really, really good into Dozo.
Yeah, yeah. So we're
And
gonna
we
talk a
do
bit.
see.
We're gonna
Sorry.
talk later about like Chen especially and like the impact it has on the meta. But yeah, now we're seeing it like have some success. Like here in the 3 matches that the Monarchs brought it, they all won.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have finally your games, Blizzard versus Puppies,
Mm-hmm.
which was 5-3 for Blizzards.
Yes. So for this one, I personally felt a bit more relaxed because I was like, everyone's back from Utrecht, so we can actually start prepping properly again. And that worked out pretty well, I'd say.
That me.
Yeah, but you like Sven was not feeling
Yeah,
good, so you had
I
to
got
reset.
I got pretty sick. I was supposed to play versus SSL, but I was like I was pretty sick, so I got subbed out. And then my boy Varun made it, and he won.
Yeah,
So Varun.
we saw again 0-2, like losing 0-2 the match
Actually,
in NPA into winning the regional, which Sempra did.
no, he didn't. That's incorrect. I think it was a 2-1 win. Yeah, it was a 2-1 win for Varun.
Okay, actually, yeah, I see 3 replays.
Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, that was Varun. Varun's nickname was Puppy Slayer 2005.
So just in case anyone feels thrown off by that nickname, this is because we played a friendly against puppies in week 0, and
So
Varun asked me for a conspicuous nickname, and I jokingly said Pup Slayer 2005, and then he made
Yeah,
an alt with that name unironically.
yeah.
okay,
We don't talk about the results of that week 0 friendly though.
It was
We got
fine. It was
we got
fine.
we got smacked, and
It
then
was
but
fine.
we got our revenge when it mattered.
okay. But yeah, okay, so it was a 2-1, but someone, and by someone I mean Baroon, reported it as a 2-0 to show off, or just
I don't
probably
think our
misclicked.
own players report
No,
any report any of our matches.
yeah, I think I usually report, so I might have been the one messing up
Yeah,
in that
it's
case.
it's no big deal. I'll correct it later.
Thank you. If it was me, my bad.
No problem.
Yes. Other than that, wow, we used Arcanine Palafin Among Us a lot. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
was like 4 games of Arcanine Palafin and Mungo Splatter main.
Also, yeah, 6 flutter mains.
Yeah, I think that's a really strong core right now. Like it's something that
Hmm.
it started
Yeah, it's just a
in.
team. I think it started that Snow made at some point, and then it became like one of the best teams in the format, and then it was just called Palant, and then it did well.
Yeah,
It
and it
just kept doing well.
also translates well into Regulation C because people
Hmm.
were using it in Regulation B and then in Regulation C they just slapped a Ting Lu on it. And hey, it
Yeah, that's
works.
what Pastor did, sort of.
Yeah,
Pastor replaced the Roaring Moon for the Ting Lu, and you have a team.
like guess what? You have this really strong core of 4 Pokemon, and then you add another really broken Pokemon, and it works. Like who would have thought?
Yeah, that's what I've
I
also seen, like teams with like Gavin Rain using Chan Pao instead of the Baxcalibur, and the Nils/Sempra Lily Cole team where they just added a Chan Pao or a Chiyu for the King Gambit slot, and then you have a good team.
I personally think going back to like the Palafin balance stuff that it's gonna be like not as good as the season goes on, maybe because already I'm noticing that Arcanine is underperforming a bit.
Yeah.
Time for
So
Tauros Fire to come back.
Actually, I
or
think
maybe like just Chiyu course with Palafin Among Us might be better
I
I
think
actually.
don't even
Tauros
think
5
like
has a
Taurus
place.
isn't even that bad, to be
No, I
honest.
think it has a place over
Yeah.
Arcanine in some teams. Like one reason is it has stab class combat against 4 dark
Mhm.
Pokemon. Like we just
Hmm.
had it 4 really strong dark Pokemon, and Tauros has close combat, which is
Yeah.
super
You,
effective.
yeah, you still have Will-O-Wisp, you still have Flare Blitz, you have the opportunity to break screens. I think it's pretty good.
And it's
I could
also
also see Volcarona being good.
yeah,
Hmm.
that's an option.
Yeah, I think if yeah, Volcarona in theory always does better than in actual than in actual games. We actually say it like in theory, oh shit, Volcarona is actually insane, and then when you try it, it always likes a bit underperforms.
Oh, I like Volk. It's a
I
good
do like
mon.
Volcarona as well. It was on my Utrecht team. It was very good.
Nice.
Then, as last match of the week, there was Detective versus United, which was a 5-3 for Detectives.
Yeah, I think the Tactics were also like down 1-3,
Yeah, I
then
think there
made
was
a
something like
reverse.
that. And then they reversed.
1-3 is really occurs. I think when we have been 3-1 quite a bit. I think both times versus Cruisers and Samurais we were 3-1 up if I remember correctly, and we tied in the end. So like the 3-1 is a curse.
So true.
We see United bringing 8 Flattermains, which is
Hmm.
always fun. We've seen a bunch more of teams that bring 8 times the same Pokemon, but like when it's Flattermane, it's probably like justified because it's one of the strongest Pokemon we've ever seen in VGC. Maybe.
I wanna say like it's especially strong in Regulation C. So if you look at the Regulation C usage, it's actually funny to see how few like games like that are Flutter main versus not Flutter main,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
Because like
It has been brought
54
54
times.
times, but only 12 of them there was only one Flatterman on the field. Like all the
Yeah,
other times there were
exactly.
two Flattermen on the field.
Exactly. So that like win loss percentage is not terribly relevant.
Yeah, also by the way, it has been brought 54 times, which is a 77% usage. That's super high. Like
It's sky high.
77%, it's incredibly high.
It is. But now I distracted a bit from the
Hey, it's okay, it's okay.
the actual match, so
Um,
we could go back and talk about that.
yeah, no, I mean,
This does mean that like detectives are still in, to my understanding, which is big
yes,
for them,
and the United are out, unfortunately.
which is
No,
also
there's
big for them,
for
but in the
for
opposite way.
Yeah,
regularly for relegation, right? Because if they don't get the 10
yeah,
points, they
they're
are
off.
relegated. I think.
I think it's
Oh,
9.
I don't know how much you need. Either way, they need 2 ties or a win.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter if it's 9 or 10.
yeah. But yeah, since United are like now at 6 points and fourth place is at 19 points, they mathematically cannot do it. Like, uh, they are too far, so they cannot make playoffs anymore, which is
but they
unfortunate.
need a win to.
Yeah,
They either need a win or 2 ties to
yes.
not be relegated.
Uh, Now, you.
No?
Sorry, one sec. Okay. Um, do you want to talk about like the player phrase, or do you just start usage stats first? Because we could do both.
I don't know what you're saying when you say players something.
Playoff phrase, sorry. Like
Oh, player phrase.
player
Okay.
phrase.
I also thought you said like something with
No,
players.
no,
Yeah.
playoff phrase. Sorry, sorry.
Oh, we might as well talk about the player
Okay,
phrase, I think.
so, well, first things that we can see by looking at the standings is Samurais are still dominating. It's no
They are
surprise.
100% locked, right?
Yeah,
Yep,
they are.
they're the only team locked so far.
And
Mm.
then we have Blizzards and Cruiser, which are, Samurais are 29, Blizzard and Cruiser are 24 and 23, and they are not 100% locked, but they they are in a really really good spot. I would be
Mm-hmm.
really surprised to see them like not like them miss some playoffs. And now I just jinx it. So you're welcome.
Now we're good. We'll be fine. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean Blizzard also have like on paper an easy schedule. I think was it you, right?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it was us
We
from like the
have
strongest
United
schedule,
and 2 stars, and United are eliminated.
Yeah, and
but
Star.
they
Um,
still need to win.
Yeah, but yeah, Blizzard and Cruiser are probably locked. And then we have a really like funny race with like I think what's gonna happen is the next 5 teams are gonna fight for the last spot. Like I think the
Mhm.
first 3 are almost locked, and
Yeah,
then we have
like
the other 5.
Brown and Stars need like it's not in their control.
No, it's
They need
definitely
to
not.
win both weeks, and then they also need to get a bit lucky with how other like teams do.
Yeah, like detectives are 5 points behind symbionts, which might seem like a lot, but since the last week we have detectives versus symbionts, it's actually not that like if they win they tie symbionts, and then
Mhm.
Also,
it comes down to who gets more points this week.
aren't symbionts playing samurais?
Yes, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
So
that's
yeah,
a rough week for them as well.
who are
Yeah,
puppies
symbionts.
playing still?
Puppies are playing. Let me
Let me
check.
check. Puppies are playing Monarchs and
Monarchs.
Cruisers, so also a very hard week. Like as we say with Monarchs, they can still like I think Monarchs on paper are still extremely strong and they can still beat every team, just as we just talked about if they
Yeah.
show up or not.
Mm.
So it's gonna be fun. Now I don't like to be negative, but I don't expect Crown and Stars to make it. I think it's gonna be between symbionts, puppies, and detectives. But I'd be happy to be surprised. Like the more exciting it is, the better. And it's kind of hard to talk about like all the specific scenarios for which like the teams lock, but it's basically just Hey,
If we win, we're locked.
yeah,
I know
if you
that.
win, you're locked. I think if you tie, you're locked as well.
Yeah, but then it's just for seedings. I think for like third or fourth at that point, if or even second, still
Yeah.
depending on how
I,
Cruiser
I,
does.
I think also like both Blazers and Cruisers don't wanna end up fourth place because fourth
Hmm.
place means you have to
You're
play Samurais in top four.
probably playing Samurais, yeah.
So like I don't know about you, but I probably would not want to play them until finals when it's like inevitable if they
You're
make it to
saying
finals.
Samurais are making finals already.
Yeah, I
Damn.
have the script.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
Mm.
wasn't supposed to leak it, but oh well.
Actually,
It's
Oh,
that's a jinx, so we're good.
NPA is not real. Everything is scripted.
True, but don't tell
So you're
anyone.
gonna see stars winning it all.
that's right.
So I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the playoff race. It's gonna be most likely between Symbionts, Puppies, Detectives for the last spot. Because maybe Symbionts actually like overtake Cruisers and Blizzards or get close, but I don't think that two teams are gonna overtake Cruisers and Blizzards. So yeah, it's really between like those three teams for the last spot, which is actually like not a bad ending. Like we have a decent amount of teams fighting for the last spot. It has like it's a good way to end the season, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, unfortunately, Monarchs and United are out. But at this point of the season, someone's bound to be out. Like it's very rare
Hmm.
that like after 7 out of 9 weeks, every team is still fighting for playoffs.
That would be very fun and exciting, though.
I think we had like 2 years ago, it was a 12 teams NPA, and there were still like I think it was maybe like all teams but two, so like 10 teams fighting for playoffs, and then like basically everybody lost. Like all the teams that were like from fourth to seventh place or to ninth place lost or something. I'm not sure, but we had like 2 years ago a very competitive season with a lot of teams still fighting for the last spot in playoffs. But it's now I think what we have right now is what it's like more normal. Like two teams are out, one team is locked in, two teams are most likely locked in, and two teams are most likely locked out. So this is to be expected.
I think this is pretty general for a 10 team season comparatively to like 12 as NPA has previously had.
Yeah.
When you have less teams, it's going to be um, more spread out generally, and then you're going to have a pack somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
fair.
that's just how the bell curve goes. So makes sense.
So now that that's the playoff race, usage stats. We mentioned earlier about Fluttermane, which is at 77% usage. I don't remember any Pokemon that is not Incineroar or Zacian that had 77% usage. I
I
don't
don't
think
even think Zacian was that high. Incineroar, maybe.
Incineroar was definitely
Instant.
Incineroar was like on 31 out of 32 teams in top cut of the first regionals in was it Sun Series in 2019. 31 out of 32 teams. So Incineroar definitely got higher than this than Fluttermane is doing right now, but there's very few Pokemon which got ever got to 77% usage.
Yeah.
That's still like incredibly high. And you know, just it makes sense that the usage went up from regression B to regression C because we have four more fairy weak Pokemon.
Exactly. I figured that like people would see the ruins and be like, okay, I need a Pokemon that can handle them. I'm gonna go with Fluttermane because that's a good mon. And now it's on basically every team.
Yeah, like I already was using Flutterman and then hey, there's even more Flutterman weak Pokemon. Let me just use it even more.
Mm-hmm.
It's also like falls into like a comfort zone for most players. Like they're I can see players just being used to Flutter main and like knowing most calcs. So like they just stick to Flutter main because they know the Pokemon, they know how to use it. It's like comfort zone, so they stick with it. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So I also have like two usage stat things that particularly stand out to me, which is that for one, Gyarados is decently popular and doing extremely well with a 78% win rate. And conversely, Iron Bundle is like the perfect reversal of that, which is now doing really poorly with a 22% win rate.
Okay, so I think Iron Bundle is pretty trash.
Yep.
It does not seem to be good this format now.
It doesn't have damage. Like it
Like,
doesn't do damage, and the speed control is not as valuable anymore.
yeah, and all the ruin mons basically say, yeah, you're dead. Like, it's not gonna win versus. Maybe it can win versus Wo-Chen. It gets bodied. Like, you do probably like 25% to like Tinglu. You're not doing well versus Chen Pao. You're not doing well versus Chi Yu, I guess. Yes, you can hydro them, and then you miss hydro, and then you're like, GG, go next.
Yeah, I think versus Chiyu it's more like who attacks first and like who plays the turf. They just have the one KO on each other, but yeah, like Chiyu with Dark Pulse kills Bundle if it's not bulky, but at the same time Bundle is faster and can threaten the Hydro Pump. That's like a bit of a toss up depending on if you're Scarf, if you boost energy, if you have Terastallization available. But overall, I think Chiyu offers a lot of offensive utility. It's not the same utility as Bundle. Like Bundle was offering speed control, most like, and maybe Anchor. Chiyu just offers damage, but it's still like really, really valuable damage. So that's why like, that's probably one of the reasons why Bundle is declining.
Mm-hmm. I guess similarly, we see that Talon Tusk is not doing well at all in not series, regulation C so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I think actually that's not necessarily because of the format, but more because of the meta. Like right now, we're seeing a lot of uh, Arcanine, Amoonguss, Tinglu, Palafin, Fluttermane, and Talonflame wants to like set up Tailwind and do damage, and you can't really break through those defensive cores. So maybe that's why, like, if those teams become less popular in the future, then I can see Talon coming back. But right
Mm-hmm.
now, I think one of the main reasons why we're not seeing Talonflame is because it doesn't face well into the most common team.
Yeah, that makes sense. And also, speaking of fire types, I think I mentioned earlier that Arcanine was underperforming a little bit, and it is, but like by a bit. Like 45% win rate is not bad, but it's like kind of.
It's still on almost half of the teams, so like it's still like there's a lot of Arcanine. You have to prep for Arcanine. It's the first Intimidate Pokemon and the first Fire type Pokemon.
Yes, but I do think people are going to start looking at other Intimidate or fire type options.
Yeah. We are mentioning Tauros. I think Tauros is like legit.
Yeah, Gyarados is also like well proven right now, so that's
Mm-hmm.
another one.
Yeah, we are.
Uh,
Mabo stiff. Easy.
but I said no.
It has Intimidate.
I
Hey,
don't know about
listen, hold
how
on.
viable it is.
Masquerain and Landorus are the same Pokemon. They both have a 4 times weakness, and they both have U-turn, and they both have Intimidate.
Oh no.
It
Oh,
works.
Oh
it
no.
works.
Only one of them learns a decent flying type move though, and it's Landorus.
I mean, Masquerain gets
Air Slash.
Air Slash and Hurricane and Tailwind.
Yeah, and Landorus gets Fly,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Landers gets like, and then no, Landers will just use G-Max Airstream. Or just Max Airstream, not the G-Max Airstream.
Landorus will use
With
Terra
Masquerain,
Blaster.
it would be G-Max.
Yeah.
G-Max
G-
Masquerain.
and then give yourself
Yep.
Tailwind for 10 turns.
Yep.
Yeah, too bad they never released it.
Yeah.
I
I
could
want
definitely
to
see
say
people.
something about I want to say something about the runes. I just want to point out that objectively, right now, the strongest rune in terms of win rate is the snail. I just want to say that.
Yeah. Wushen
By
is
1%. Congratulations, Wuchen.
Wushen
You've
is
done it.
good.
1%.
Well,
I would say Tinglu is better because it has played more games.
No. Wo-chan is the
no,
best, statistically.
it's definitely Wushen. 64% for Wushen against 63 for Tinglu.
Wuchen's
See?
the best until the Tingler uses Fissure on it and connects.
Oh my god!
And then you're
don't
crying.
Yeah,
don't remind me about that
not if you're
Mirai versus
Terrafly.
that from Mirai last week,
Wait,
where
wait,
Yeah, it really is
where
time for Terraflying. Or Air Balloon
Terrafly
Wo-chan. Yeah.
or balloon.
wait, was
Air Balloon.
Mirai's match the one where the thing looks
Yes.
fish like
So what
8 times?
happens? Let me. I'm looking at who his opponent was again. It was oh yeah, it was
Carmine.
Carmine. In game one, Carmine's Tinglu missed 8 fissures. Then in game two, Mirai hits 2 out of 3 fissures himself, and he wins 2-0.
That's what we call a skill diff.
Yeah.
Let this be a lesson, everybody. Stop using the move that's 30% accurate.
No, or just make sure you're better and hit.
Yeah,
It's all about skill. At least Fissure has more accuracy than Focus Blast.
I think there's like
I know about this one.
half of. I think the community is quite divided on whether Fisher is good or not.
It's good. It's good.
I
Yeah, you
think.
also boost up the stomping, which is
Yeah,
nice.
that's like what people like to use as a justification. No, I'm just clicking Fisher to boost the stomping tantrum on the next turn. That's the only reason I'm clicking it. I think it's like. I think it's good, but I hate that it's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I
Like,
just want to click Lead Seed in peace, and they won't let me.
yeah, because like sometimes you're gonna miss 5 and you're like wishing you clicked any other move, but then you click it onto the Among Us on the other Tinglu turn 1 you hit and you're like, oh yeah, this is actually a really good move. I just won the game for no reason. I just clicked Fisher and got rewarded for it.
I
So
think Amungus needs to run Substitute now.
and speed.
True.
Air flying Among Us incoming.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, now that bundle is kind of gone, Terraflying is actually a bit more legit.
Yeah.
I mean, it was always a thing on Arcanine for Great
True.
Tusk, so
True.
that's fine.
I'm
Sure.
seeing a bunch of Terra Normal Arcanines as well.
Yeah, I am thinking because Spam is gone, Terra Dark is not needed, so now they're like, oh, we can
I've
boost
always
extreme
found
speed
Well,
to
it's
Terra
because
Normal.
a lot of those are also goggles, so they're not Terra Grass.
Yeah, that too.
And then what other Terra type do you really want? Like,
I've
water's
seen people,
okay.
I've seen people run Terra flying on Arcanine.
In Regulation C?
Yep.
I
I
don't
think it's
mind,
fine.
it's still like actually a good answer to Tinglu because you can switch in on Tinglu, reduce the damage, and then if they don't hit fish on their first try, then you can Terra Flying and dodge it, and basically just negate all of their damage. I think yeah, I actually like how Arcanine has like different options that works better on like depending on your team. So maybe you want Terra Normal, maybe you want like Terra Water, maybe you want Terra Flying. That's actually cool. And we're also seeing a bunch of Glimoras here and there. And
And that is also underperforming a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah,
I do still think like Limora is great this format.
yeah, but then we see like people like running Terra Poison on things just so they can.
Corrosion is the play. I've seen actually Corrosion, or I don't know if I even pronounce it correctly, or
Erosion.
Corrosion. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen people use it, and I think it's pretty valid, I guess, because it's quite annoying to deal with when I played against it.
Yeah, I think it's also like a decent option. It's like kind of a circle where first people run Glimora to beat Tinglu um and Wuchen, and then people start running Terra Poison, Tinglu and Wuchen. So Glimora switches to corrosion set so it can click toxic and toxic them.
Yeah.
And a
Or even just
toxic,
Mortal Spin with Pheno Shock is what
yeah,
I've
or
seen.
both. Like you go Mortal Spin and toxic. I've seen that as well.
Yeah, and then you run just Focus Sash with Power Gem probably.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of different things you can do. Um, we're gonna see how it works. There's also people running just offensive with like 3 attacks, spiky shield.
I don't know though.
Personally think maybe this is a hot take by the way, but I personally think Limora is gonna drop off a bit as the meta progresses.
I mean, Glimora has a very nice shiny, so that will keep its usage rate up.
I
Okay.
support this take. I support both takes actually.
Fair enough.
Okay. So now we've mentioned how week 7 and week 6 and week 7 went, what we saw in week 6 and week 7 went, what the team need for the future, like whether they need to win, whether they just need a tie. And I think we can take a look at week 8 matches.
Yes.
So first of all, let's go from like first seed and like let's go down the standings. Samurais are playing Symbionts. Samurais are just playing for fun at this point. They don't need the win. They're locked.
No, Samurai still want to win for sure. Like they want to have an undefeated
They
run.
probably want, but they don't need. So
And they also want. I also think they want to keep their first seed because if they just start losing, Cruisers and Blizzards could theoretically still overtake Samurais. So it's not like they have their first seed guaranteed.
Just in general, Samurais are not the kind of team that will hand out like easy wins ever. So I'm pretty sure they will
Oh shit! I
go
see
all
no
in against
I see
Symbiont.
no Maluka.
yes.
I mean that's still a lot of free wins.
No Maluka. Symbiote is winning.
Oh.
There's also the fact that like since they have so few players, they can't field a weak roster. Like they're always gonna
for
field a
real.
strong roster.
If you don't draft weak players, you cannot start weak players. That's fair.
Yeah. See?
Then you're kind of saying some players who get drafted are bad. Damn, Dogpot.
Yes.
I didn't say
Oh.
that.
I'm kidding.
I mean, I think there's some truth to it. Like someone has to do bad at some point, right?
Mhm.
Like not everyone can win.
I mean, doing bad doesn't mean immediately you're a
I
bad
mean,
player.
we can't ID like in TCG, so someone has to lose.
Yeah.
And also with this, it's not like saying someone's bad at the game. It's just like saying that they weren't good in NPA this season. That's all it is.
It was very diplomatically put. I am not a diplomat.
I went 1-3 last season, so
Oh, you
And-
did?
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Like,
And now he's not even undefeated anymore, Gio. Damn, you suck.
like we see Azazel from Papes, which is 1-3 this season, so like not doing too hot. But
Yeah.
then
I
he
think
won
Bingy is
regional.
also having quite a rough season so far.
Yeah, what's Binji's score? Like
I don't think it's. I don't know.
Binji, he's 2-5. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh.
there are good players which are not doing too well, and that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody. You said it. Not everybody can win. Someone has to lose, and sometimes it happens more often to someone and to other people. That doesn't mean that they're bad players overall.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Crystal versus Blue is a kind of funny matchup, I think.
Yeah. Is it because of
Just
the
by
names?
virtue. No, just by virtue of they're both Korean.
Oh, okay. Wait,
No time zone difference.
isn't that?
Yeah.
Is that the Korean crystal?
Yeah,
Yes,
New
yes.
Maluka. Remember when he got drafted?
Yes.
New Maluka.
New Maluka.
New Maluka.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Also funny how we see at the top Genius versus Dark Church, which is like both are 5-0. Well,
Yeah,
someone
Dark
has
Church
to
has
take.
been having a
Dark Church
really
has been
good
doing
season.
very good. Yeah.
Silently, a very good season, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we have ever talked about him doing well so far. in NPA Talk.
I think
Yeah.
silently a good season is about right, because I didn't realize he was 5-0.
Yeah,
but
I
Well,
realized it
I,
after
I was kind of tracking it because I'd seen his name the first time like a year and a half ago to 2 years ago, and I was like keeping up with the games pretty actively for the
yeah,
first
he's
few
actually the
weeks.
highest elo.
very cool.
Is he? Yeah, he's like top 5 in battle score.
Them
Yeah,
and
for
like
Samurais, yeah.
In Samurais, I think
Yeah.
he
Oh
is.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's also the first in Samurais. Yeah, he is.
I mean, if you play more, he might have been 7-0.
Yeah, Genius too. Like Genius did not play the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then from week 3 to week 7, he won all of his games. So he's also like somewhat silently doing well.
I do think it's somewhat interesting how like the best players on Samurais currently in terms of record are not the ones I think people expected to be their best. And that's kind of neat.
That's fair.
It's
think-
fun seeing Besu actually win again because he's
Besu
had
is
some off
good.
seasons recently. Well, I'm not saying he's not good. He's just had some off seasons
You just
recently.
called him washed up. Okay, that's fair.
No, 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 no. I am not gonna accept this slander. That is not what's gonna happen.
no, it is. You gotta accept it.
Okay, that is
I
washed
do
up.
think like
I'm
these
just
types
saying
of
he's
formats
back. I'm
really
just saying
favor
he's back.
Besu. I
So
think
he
he likes
wasn't.
formats like
Right.
this.
He wasn't good.
All right, now someone's gonna clip it and then send it to Desu, and then Desu's gonna hate me for no reason. Yep.
No, don't
No,
worry,
he
don't
doesn't
worry.
understand English. Don't worry.
Okay. Sure.
Italian only.
Yeah.
That's for Popopo. You can have
Yeah.
NPA talking in all Italian next week. Yep.
Yeah, we get all the Italians to do NPA Talk next week.
Yeah, we need Sherry as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hasn't been
No,
on
I
since
think
week 1, right?
Sure is banned from
No, no.
NPA Talk
Yeah,
after like
it is
week
really,
1.
yeah.
Poor guy.
So who do you think's gonna win Symbians versus Samurais?
Even though Maluka is playing, I'm betting on
Samurais.
Samurais.
Sorry, symbiotes.
I don't think it's gonna be close because Symbiotes, like, if they want to make playoffs, they gotta win now.
I mean, everybody's gotta win, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of the first 3 teams, which still wanna win anyway. Like, all the other teams need to win and then need to hope that their stars align. Speaking of other teams, we have stars. Actually, also speaking of stars, I didn't realize that was fun. We have stars versus detectives. So if we go back and look at the standings just quickly, stars are not in a
12
great
and
spot.
detectives are 14, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So stars need to win and need to hope that something happen to let them into playoffs. Detectives need to win this week so that they can beat Symbionts next week and hope for playoffs. Meanwhile, they have to hope that puppies don't win out.
I think personally at this point it comes down to sort of like morale and willingness to try hard, because like both stars and detectives like they need things to go really well for them if they want to make playoffs at this point. So I think whichever team wants it the most is winning this, which is a total cop out answer. So I'm gonna say stars because I like stars. Sorry, detectives.
I'm a Stars believer. Still, I've
Okay.
always been.
Totally not because I'm
No
here, by the way.
bias.
No, no, no,
Totally
no,
not
no, no,
because
no,
I'm
no,
here.
no, no, no. Nicole can confirm. Every time I'm a big Stars fan in the Blizzards, she can confirm.
It's because Geo is on stars.
Not even Geo. A lot of people there are my friends.
It's because
Yeah.
of Geo.
Also, you don't like people in detectives. That's what you're saying.
No, that's not even true. I'm also friends with some people from Detectives, like from who I'm playing now, like Mirai, My Stars, Joe. It's not
Yeah.
even that I dislike Detectives, but yeah, I can't bet against Stars losing.
Okay. Okay.
So
I see.
true. And just
Except
to copy
actually,
enjoy it.
except next week.
You're playing Stars next week? Sorry, Detective.
Yeah. I can't. I mean, I'm not gonna bet either way because then I curse.
I think we should put money on this. That would be
We can
fun.
put money on this.
We can arrange it, maybe not
We can
when we're
arrange
live.
me versus. We can arrange me
I will
versus.
let you play me if you want to, if that's even possible.
I mean, it could happen.
Okay.
It could happen, yeah.
Oh, and there's Nicole. So I am not
Huh?
in charge of that.
Huh? Wait, what? What?
I said I will let Sven play me if he wants to. I will
Oh,
accept that.
That's spicy.
The
does he
Be
offer
want
is
ready.
out
to?
there.
Be ready for Fisher on 6 months, bro. I'm telling
Does he
you.
want to? Do you want to, Sven?
It would be very
You
funny.
have time to think about it.
Let's first see how
You have
this
like
week goes.
a week at this point.
I
Think
mean,
it over.
I mean, you need 10 minutes. You just build a team 10 minutes before the game.
Yeah.
We're gonna have
Anyway, let's
So what
move
difference
on.
does it make? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
This is the same.
it's your choice.
we're gonna have mono Fisher versus mono Flying.
One of Geo got to rock 6 months with Terra flying.
So
Trust me,
Cruisers versus
I'll be teched
Crown.
out. Don't worry about it. I'll be teched out.
This is
Yeah.
difficult.
Cruisers
I'm
versus
going with.
Crown.
Then I'll show which circle champ
Oh
how.
no, they're
And you're
still
like,
at it.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna go with Cruisers for this one, which is because I think they have like stronger motivation to win here.
yeah, I agree. Cruisers win.
I think Cruisers are putting in an insane amount of work, even behind the scenes with testing and everything. So I can definitely see like that's one of the reasons why they're doing well.
Mm-hmm.
Crown has strong players, and if they get the right meta calls, I think they can also win. I mentioned it earlier. They have like a slightly different meta than we have, so maybe they can pull off some like crazy tags which bring them to the win. I don't know. I think it's always fun to see Crown's matches because it's like a breath of fresh air because they bring something different.
Mm-hmm.
You two guys,
That's
what do
true.
you think is gonna happen?
Yeah. I think Snow
I
versus
think this
Tang
could
is
be a
gonna be
draw.
insane.
Like seeing Bingy at 7th seed just does not look right. It looks
And then
so cursed.
we have Sempra versus Bingy. Yeah.
It's funny
Yeah.
because Binji is still playing good players. Like he's playing Sempra now, and like last week he's played Yuri. Like even though like his record is not good, he's still getting like strong players. So like the matches are still hype, I think.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be a fun match. So someone had a draw, right?
I said draw.
Okay.
I've set to
Hot
win
take.
for Cruisers with it being decided on the last match.
So a 5-3. Okay. I can see both of them. Then we have Monarchs versus Puppies.
This
So
is puppies.
yeah, Monarchs have nothing to lose or gain. Like they're
Yeah,
out of playoffs.
yeah,
But
puppies have their whole
Pride,
like
just pride.
playoffs on the line.
yeah,
So I think puppies are gonna try very hard,
yeah,
whereas monarchs
Yeah.
don't have a
Puppies are
lot to play
broken.
for.
hmm
I can see Puppies try harding like all the week just to get the win, but not just to get the win. Try harding to get the win.
Mm-hmm.
If I had the time to ask some people on Monarchs, I would be able to make a more accurate prediction. However, I don't know how much they care.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to bet for them.
I mean, if you're 100% out, I think it's hard to care that much. I think they will basically do. I think what someone else said is that they favor Earl like in real life tournaments.
Yeah.
So they for NPA they're just gonna like show up and play
Mhm.
something, and not
I
like
mean,
prep that hard.
yeah, Shazang is still gonna try because he can still be MVP. He's currently third, 6-1 record. So
Yeah, he's probably gonna try hard.
Mhm.
Him like Hooper Metapod versus Mars is gonna be a really interesting match. So
is missing Null versus Talon. I think it's a setup match, right?
yeah, this is up because I wanted to play Regulation B.
Ah, okay.
Mm,
Yeah, well, I was like, when I was looking at the
Rush
pairing, I
format.
was like, Elo doesn't match, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
Never count the puppies out ever. This is pot on
No, to be
saying.
honest though, Series 2 was not bad. It was just the problem is I played my only event the first week of the format, which made me dislike it. That was the real problem.
Yeah. So you're not going to Fort Wayne?
No, I was talking about Series 2. I'm
Yeah,
not
okay,
going to
but
Fort Wayne either.
Fort Wayne is on the first
No,
day of the format, so even worse.
I'm not going now. It's in the middle of nowhere. Like
Yeah.
the nearest good airport is like 45 minutes out.
I am not very. I don't really know American geography too well, so I don't know where Fort Wayne is, but there's a
All
bunch
you
of
have to
people.
know is that it's not worth it.
Okay.
Unless if you're chasing day 2, or like you're around the area, or like you're getting close to the invite or something. I don't know. I personally wouldn't advise it.
Okay. Then we have the last match with Blizzards versus United. Now, on paper, this should be like easy for Blizzards because United are out, but they will have to play for like to avoid relegation. So we're gonna see how much effort they put in. And Blizzard's, yeah, I think Blizzard would also like really try hard. Like I think Nicole
We
can,
will always try hard.
yeah, they will try hard
Oh,
because they wanna get keep the second seed and maybe get the first seed if Monarchs stumble a bit.
yeah, I still think United's gonna try because relegation.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying they're not gonna try, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe they're not gonna try as hard as they would have if they were fighting for playoffs.
Just depends if they're gonna become Fisher demons or not.
Okay, so Sven, are you winning against Whopper or not?
No comment.
No comment.
What do you mean?
No,
Just say
no,
yes.
no, 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 no. You know, if I say something, then the result will already be decided.
It'll be
You-
decided like as the thing you say it is. So if you say you win, you win. Easy.
I don't know. Would I rather take a 3 times top 16 Worlds player, or would I rather take a teenage Dutch player? I don't know. You tell me.
Sven, how old were you when Whopper got his first, like, got top 16 at Worlds his first time?
when was that?
2014 was
14.
top 16.
Yeah.
2014.
It wasn't top cut until
Yeah, yeah,
2016 that he
I
actually
was
made it.
9.
Was Sven even born then?
yeah.
Oh
Barely.
my,
I thought you were 12 years old. Yeah. Okay.
2014.
Aside from
I
that,
was 9.
yeah. Blake's been playing competitive Pokemon for longer than you've known about Pokemon.
No, that's not true. I knew about Pokemon when
Really?
I played Pokemon Diamond when I was like 4, I think, on a DS. It was my first game I've ever played. But I didn't know about
Impressive.
VGC till Gen 8. I didn't even know the difference between a physical move and a special move before I started at VGC. It was bad. I was just the
Improvement.
most I was
Good
the
job.
most casual player you could ever think about. I was just playing the game, having fun, and then
And now you're
late.
not having fun anymore.
Yeah,
Nah,
now you're not having fun.
3 was quite good. I like shiny
Dynamax
hunting.
made you not like the game. I agree.
No. I had never have an issue with Dynamax because I was used to it. I'm still fine with like Dynamax. I do prefer non-Dynamax formats. I think they're more fun, but I still don't hate Dynamax.
Alright,
All right.
so that's it
I,
for the week, I
yeah,
think.
yeah.
Unless you
Oh,
guys have something to add.
I need your predictions, Duck Pond.
Oh, I have never given any prediction.
No,
You,
I
you
mean that can change.
We
that could change,
can
but
change
the
it right
time
It's a
hasn't
now.
great.
changed.
It's a fantastic time to start.
It's a fantastic time to
A
start, you know.
stellar time to
I,
start doing
I
some
There
have
would
been
things.
definitely be like no sort of, comish bias problems. I'm sure there would be
I
nothing
have
like
been
that.
very careful to never give my prediction on matches since the first time we had this talk, or a prediction on what team is gonna win. Nothing, because I have to be unbiased. So you will not get any prediction from me.
And you can still be unbiased and give predictions based on which team you just think is stronger. You can do it like statistically.
Well, statistically,
Statistically.
I think Samurais are gonna win. Then Blizzard are gonna be in second place. Then Cruisers, then Symbiotes, then Puppies, then Detectives, then Crown, then Stars, then Monarchs, then United.
I don't agree
Nice.
with that. I think Stars will be in playoffs.
Okay.
Give it 2 weeks.
Me too.
Statistically,
Me too.
though.
Statistically. Statistically, it is still possible.
Yes.
We'll see
I do
about
want
that.
to. I do want to know everyone's match to watch for this week
No.
in general.
Oh, can I see the matches? I want to pick out some.
Sure.
My match of the week is Snow versus Tang, which is no surprise.
I'm going for Genius versus Dark Church. Dark Church.
Actually, the match of the week is Sven versus Bopper.
Okay.
That's a
I
fire
already,
match right there. That
I
is a
already
fire
picked
match.
out Crystal versus
Dutch
Blue.
senior versus world
I
cut.
think Crystal and Blue is funny.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see what else. So, like for entirely personal reasons, I think. Actually, is your name pronounced Polar Bear or Peculiar Bear? I've always
It's
wondered.
polar.
Peculiar Bear.
This
It's
is
peculiar.
I've been
You
having to
could just
clarify
be
this
a peculiar bear, you know?
for a
So,
long time.
so anyway, Peculiar Bear, sorry, Polar
Yes,
Bear
yes.
versus Age is also kind of interesting to me.
Gio, I've always wondered, how do you even pronounce your surname? I have no clue. I was always wondering. Siske?
Siski.
Siski. Siski.
Yeah.
Siski.
Yeah. It's a lot more simple than it looks.
Mhm.
Yes.
Snow and Tang has been picked. I think Sempra and Bingjie is fun as well.
Yeah.
What
Mhm.
else
My
is
boy
there?
Sempra. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean regional champion, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna actually bring up the schedule on my own computer. Oh,
I mean, Shisang
what's fun
versus
for
Mars is
us?
good.
I think John versus Shaman is going to be really fun.
I mean, every match John plays is fire.
That's true. It's true.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous at this point.
I'd also think like United, Pengy on 8 seed, kind of wild.
Yeah, that's
Well,
also cool.
someone has to be there,
Yeah.
right?
Someone has to be there.
I mean, I think Danetti and Pengy.
I mean, you have
gonna be
Jimadri for Symbionts in 8th seed, so it's
Yeah.
like,
Who
and
was
you have
like
Kaoru there for 8th
Jumanji,
seed
who
for
was like
Samurais. It's like, well,
insane.
I mean, someone has to.
Oh, that's a Spanish matchup though. That's fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you wanna add?
Go Stars.
Go Stars.
Yup.
Not go Blizzards. I'm so sad.
No, fuck
No.
Blizzards.
I agree.
You're not getting retained. That's tough.
It's
I
fine.
think I think
I'll-
Polar Bear would fit well in Blizzards. You know, because he's a polar bear.
Oh, look at this tampering going on here.
This is poaching already.
And then
This is crazy.
And then Dogpot doesn't even know what happened behind the scenes, and we all know. We know what he doesn't.
I know nothing. Or maybe I know
You know
everything.
nothing. No, you don't know everything.
Maybe I have like spy in your Discord.
Oh yeah, no, I'm a spy in Blizzards.
Oh no.
I have leaked all our teams to Geo.
That's
I hope
cap.
not.
That's cap.
Okay.
Do
well,
not put my name under that. Not true.
Well, anyway, we had
Yeah.
a fun talk.
Yeah, I think Nicole just wants to go to sleep. Okay, yeah. Thank you everybody who listened. Next time we're gonna have on Monday the stream with Genius versus Dark Church, and then Nails versus Aurora Rayquaza, and then Bowfox versus Teka. So if you wanna watch these matches, tune in for the stream on Monday on Pulpolpo's channel. Now, thanks
To
to
Italian stream.
yes, thanks to Tamtam, to PolarBear, and to Sven for being here, and thank you for everybody who listened.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
See you.